Good evening, everyone. My name is Vernisha Jones, and I am the president of the West Garfield Park Youth Council. The West Garfield Park Youth Council is a concerned group of young people working together on the west side of Chicago to reduce underage drinking, substance abuse, and senseless violence. Our goal is to engage, enlighten, and empower young people into being the best that they can be, while working together to promote a safe and drug-free community. Our objectives are reducing the sale of alcohol and other substances to our young people, engaging others on ways to reduce violence and senseless killing in our community, motivating other young people to be the best that they can be, and also building and strengthening a community support system of young people working together to learn how to love, forgive, and support each other. We believe at the West Garfield Park Youth Council, we are the change we want to see. And tonight's discussion is going to be talked about what is STEM Learning Center and is it important for Chicago young people. And tonight's guest is Natasha Smith-Walker. And can you tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Yes. Hi, my name is Natasha Smith-Walker, as Ms. Virginia said, and I'm the Executive Director of Project Exploration. Project Exploration is a nonprofit organization that does STEM education. We've been around since 1999. We were actually established on a principle around social justice and ensuring that young people of color and women, girls, had access, equity, and opportunity to STEM learning. And so I'm really passionate about this because I'll tell a little bit about my story. The reason why this is important to me is that in undergrad, I actually was pursuing a degree in architecture, and I actually ended up not completing that because what I found was, as I was in school, there was no one like me that looked like me, no one I could actually go talk to, and so it was an opportunity that I just didn't see myself in that setting. And so I got involved with Project Exploration, and what I found was the way that we operate our programs is a high school age student was working with a college age student, and then we'd also bring in adult mentors. And what I saw was an amazing energy where actually young women were looking up to one another, the high school student to the college student, and the college student was looking up to the female professional. And so there was a really amazing dynamic. And so to me, I feel like my calling is really to bring opportunities to our youth, both in our urban communities, our women, our minority youth, to really provide opportunities to actually enjoy science and STEM learning.
Well, thank you for being a guest on tonight's show. And I would like to allow everyone to call in with your questions and comments if you have any at 312-738-1060. Again, that number is 312-738-1060. Our phone lines are now open. Well, can you tell the audience who are you and what is your purpose for existing?
So I am a person who believes that science education is really important. I am a woman of color. I tried to pursue science and technology in my own personal experiences, and it didn't work out. And so I really feel strongly that this is something that I am working towards making happen, especially in our urban communities.
Well, can you tell our audience why it's important for young people to strive in areas of science, technology, engineering, and math?
Sure. So science education is actually one of those subjects that's very transferable. If you thought about the scientific process or the scientific method, if people would start to learn how to use that actually in your everyday life, the decisions that we would make would be really different. But the unique thing about science education is that learning in science is about doing, trying, experimenting, inquiry, designing. And so when you think about how to apply those skills to other parts of what you do academically, there's power in that. And so there's so many different careers. Really the STEM industry the workforce is growing, and it's really important for me to make sure that young people in our communities have access to those opportunities so that when they can get to high school and get internships and go to college, those are things that they've been exposed to early on.
Well, can you tell us what's the meaning and purpose behind STEM Learning Center?
So I'm really excited because we've been doing a lot of work in the Austin community and on the west side, and so we are starting to think about how do we actually create a STEM learning hub on the west side. And what this is going to do is it's going to bring different partners to the table in this particular facility and expose kids to design, to robotics, to coding, to really help build from pre-K through 8th grade young people's interest and skills in science learning. And so we're really excited because it's an opportunity for us to grow more science programming within the west side. And so it's going to be located in Austin, but we are really considering this as an opportunity for the west side in general.
So it sounds real interesting. Do you feel like it'll get a lot of young people involved?
I hope so. And if you are interested, please make sure you check out our website and reach out to me at nwalker@projectexploration.org. And we would love to connect your young person to what we're doing. We do engineering, we're going to be doing some forensics, we're going to be doing some gardening. And so it's a really amazing opportunity for young people to get involved. And so if you're interested, like I said, nwalker@projectexploration.org.
And I see we have a caller. We could take this first caller. Hello, question or comment?
Hello, how is the STEM program beneficial for people of color?
Wonderful question. So right now, what we are understanding through research is that young people and really people of color are not really getting involved, and women are not getting involved in the STEM fields. And so for me, this is really also not just about learning STEM, but it's also an economic development strategy. How do we start to really create skills and young people that have those marketable skills that will help support not just economic development, academics, but opportunities to really be exposed to the careers that are available that are increasing in size in the manufacturing, in the engineering, in the IT services. And so, yes, it's a great field, it's fun, it's exciting, but it's also an opportunity for young people to pursue careers that are actually very beneficial.
And I see we have another caller. We could take this next caller. Question or comment?
Yes, I have a question. My question was for the beautiful lady on the right of you. My question was, how can your program impact young black men striving to be entrepreneurs?
That's a great question. So when you think about entrepreneurship, you're thinking about design and product. And so when you are able to actually take your desired product or what you're making and actually translate that into building a business for yourself, that's actually creating marketable skills of not only just the science or the technology of it, but it's also creating an opportunity for business and economic development. And so those really go hand in hand. I think that people don't realize that manufacturing, though we think about manufacturing as sort of a factory job, manufacturing is really product design. And product design is really engineering and trying and testing. And so for me, I think it's really important for our young people to actually realize that when you make something, you could actually translate that into a career and into a business.
Okay, I like to hear that. And I see we have another caller. Hello, question or comment?
Hello?
Can you turn down your TV a little bit?
Yes, I done walked away from the TV.
Okay, question or
I have a
comment?
question for Miss Natasha.
Yes.
Okay, Natasha, we at my school, we had an after-school program today that they did a STEM thing, a STEM program where we had a lot of students to show up, and I'm told that we have the STEM program at our school, but I never hear anything about it. And can you tell me, will STEM be a part of like an all-day part of the school program, or will they make it an after-school program for the different schools on the west side of Chicago?
Sure. So the STEM Learning Center that we're going to be using is actually on the George Leland campus, and it's going to be after school. And
That's my
so
school.
so right now we just started programming on Monday, and so for this month we're actually doing programs on Mondays and Wednesdays right after school till 5:30. And so if you have a young person that's interested in coming, we would love to see them on Monday. On Monday they're actually going to be working on designing a ornament for the holidays, and on Wednesdays we're actually just doing a little bit of different types of sciences with kids. But when 2018 starts, we're actually going to be trying to build out 4 days a week of programming. So we're definitely, the building that we're using will definitely be after school, it'll be on weekends. We're also thinking through how to do spring break programming. But the other work that Project Exploration also does is thinking about how to help support teachers during school and help develop their skills so that they can also do really fun, unique ways of doing STEM learning. And so I foresee that right now we'll be doing after-school programs, but I think that as we move into the future, there'll be great opportunities to have kids come over during the school day to do STEM learning as well.
Okay, so with the STEM programs going into the schools, and like I said, my school is George Leland.
Good.
And we had a program, a little event where they kind of introduced people to the STEM program today. That STEM program, being an after-school program that will not involve staff and teachers at the schools, or it's just going to be those people that are employed with STEM?
No, so we actually, so right now we have a partnership with Columbia College, and it's called Scientists for Tomorrow. So that's a partner who will be in there. And the goal for us is actually to bring in folks like, the Adler or the Field Museum or there's the Nature Museum to actually, or the Chicago Architecture Foundation, to actually come to the center and offer opportunities for kids to be exposed to those things. So it's not that we're not going to work with teachers. We're definitely going to be meeting with teachers to say how can we help support what they're doing in the classroom. But what we're trying to do is also help create a bridge so that the amazing institutions that are here in the city of Chicago that do STEM learning are able to come to our community, expose our kids to those opportunities, and we start to connect and build that bridge so that young people know, if I really love astronomy, I actually have learned a little bit of astronomy in my community, but now I can figure out how to get exposed and get to the Adler and do more opportunities or more programming there.
So the STEM program, asking one more question and I'm going to hang up. The STEM program is going to take over after-school program. Is that what
Well,
you're
no,
saying?
we're not taking over. We're not taking over anybody's after-school program. What we're doing is we're bringing additional programming to the community. So we're not. We are working with all of our partners, with all the existing programs that are in the Austin community, especially at Leland. And all we are doing is saying we have more opportunities for our young people on the west side.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
And so just to be clear with everybody, this program is for youth all in the community, not just from George Meade.
Absolutely.
Okay. And I see we have another caller. Hello, caller. Question or comment?
Hello, I have a question.
Yes.
I wanted to know how are STEM programs beneficial to the community?
Absolutely. So I think that we talked a little bit about it before. When we think about how do we actually increase young people's ability to get involved in STEM education, we're thinking about how to create pathways and opportunities for young people to get exposed and look at different career opportunities. And so not only is it about really learning the sciences or actually engaging in those activities, but it's also thinking about what's the engineering pathway, what's the technology pathway, what's the the biology pathway that actually leads you into becoming a doctor or a mental health professional. So for us, it's not just about exposing young people to the sciences, but it's also thinking about how do these opportunities also support economic development and really encourage young people to pursue opportunities that they don't necessarily know about. I mean, we all know about being a doctor or a lawyer or an athlete, but we don't know about being a neuroscientist. We don't know about being a biologist. We don't know about being a sports scientist. And so for us, it's really figuring out how to provide those opportunities so that young people can see that those careers do exist. And in fact, really by 2020, the workforce is going to need STEM professionals. The increase of careers in the STEM workforce is about 13% to 15%. And so there's going to be a lot of jobs in the STEM fields. And so we're trying to make sure that we're preparing young people as early as pre-K and making sure that they get really used to what fun science can look like so that when opportunities for internships and even college opportunities exist in the high school space, young people have been exposed to those things.
So clearly to see you love science.
I do. I not only love science, but I think that science is really a gateway to helping young people think about how they can learn, because it's about making things. It's about being hands-on. It's about doing things. And right now, our kids need to be able to touch it, to feel it, and not just read about what science is, but actually make it.
So why do you feel like science is important?
It's all around us. Think about, what we do in day-to-day life. We cook. That's science. There's all these things that go on in our environment. Those are science. That's about science. And so it's really one of those things that you don't have to just think about being, a physicist, but it's about how can you think differently about what science can do for you.
And if you're just not tuning in, our guest on tonight's show is Natasha, and we're talking about the STEM Learning Center, a new opportunity brought to you on the west side of Chicago, helping youth become better people in the community. Well, back to the conversation. I just wanted to ask you about, do you know about any programs or any other things that you're doing in the community to help engage young people besides the program that you got going on at the Leland School?
Sure. So so not only does Project Exploration, not only are we working on this opportunity in the Leland building, but we also are running a program at Austin College and Career Academy. It's an environmental science program that works with high school students. We also are doing a program at Al Raby High School, which is called Science Digest. Actually, that's a really cool program because they're going to be partnering with Inspiration Kitchen, which is a restaurant on Lake Street, and they're going to help work with their garden. At Phoenix Military Academy, we're doing a forensic science program, and we also have 5 elementary schools, and so Spencer is one of our schools that we're working at. So we also have programs across the city. But the other pieces of work that we're doing is like thinking through how do we help support teachers, especially in the Austin community, so that we can build their, especially in the elementary school, because you don't necessarily have to be a science teacher or a math teacher, but how do we help really provide some opportunities for them to make science fun.
And once again, to make this clear, this program is for all youth.
It's for all youth.
It's just at different schools, but it's for all youth to be a part
Yes.
of.
So we have programs at different schools, but the building that we're using at Leland is going to be for all West Side students, that we want them to come there. Because we offer programs at different schools, and so we're at 5 middle schools and 3 high schools, but we are really excited about being able to create this STEM hub for the West Side.
Well, can you give everyone a number or something to reach you at if they
Yes.
want to contact you about anything?
My number, we can be reached at 312-273-4026, 312-273-4026. My email is nwalker@projectexploration.org. You can visit our website at projectexploration.org if you need to contact me as well.
And can you remind everyone about your name in case they call?
Natasha Smith-Walker at Project Exploration.
Well, thank you everyone for watching tonight and listening to everything Natasha had to say and allowing us to be. Well, can you tell us what's Project Exploration?
Sure, I can. As I shared, we are a nonprofit organization that has actually been around since 1999.
Okay.
We were founded on this principle of social justice, and so we really believe. So we really believe that we come to communities to bring science education, and we have amazing partners that we bring with us, and so that's why we're really excited. And so we're also really wanting to make sure that we recruit from community organizations, from churches, from block clubs, and so again, if you are interested in being part of, bringing your child from early childhood to 8th grade, please visit our website. Please give us a call, 312-273-4026. We are looking forward to really having some fun, building some rockets, launching some weather balloons, creating some gardens, making some robots, and really having an opportunity to make science fun for young people.
So how does being involved with STEM help promote a safe and drug-free community?
Sure. Well, I mean, I think, I've been in the world of youth development for a very long time. And the biggest thing that we find is that after school matters, right?
Yeah.
It really matters in the sense that if you engage young people and keep them engaged in those times right after school,
They don't have nothing to get into.
they don't have anything to get into. And so and we got to figure out how to, attract different kids. You've got your athletes, you've got your artists, and so I think that science education really provides young people a different avenue because if you are somebody that likes to get on a game, well, create your own game. Be a gamer. If you're if you're somebody that like me likes to take things apart, come in and let's start doing some tinkering and let's get you into some engineering and product designing stuff. And so I think that it matters in the sense that if we can engage young people in a really hands-on interactive way, it's meaningful. I think the other thing that is really fun about science and what we're trying to do as well, and so if you are a scientist or a STEM professional and are interested in being a volunteer, also please reach out to us because we also like to bring in mentors to work with our students alongside our students. It's really important for us to actually bring individuals who are in the field, who can talk to young people about their experiences, how they got there, and what made sense to them. And so, again, if you're interested, please give us a call, 312-273-4026, or shoot me an email, nwalker@projectexploration.org.
And can you get them your email, your website that they keep seeing
Yes,
pictures on?
yes. Our website is projectexploration.org. Check us out. We're really excited about being able to support STEM education for young people in Chicago.
Well, thank you for being a guest on tonight's show. And once again, this is the West Garfield Park that came to you today. And we would like to invite people to come out to see what we're all about at 4540 West Washington. You can contact us at 773-287-5821. Again, that number is 773-287-5821. And my name is Vernisha Jones, and I am the president of the West Garfield Park Youth Council. Good night.
Thank you.